Hi everyone, my name is Natasha Moreno and I'm here to discuss with you some creative and effective ways to present presentations and professional development for adult learners. So let's get started. All right, so let's first look over at what adult learning is. So the study of adult learning is actually a term called andragogy. This was a theory that was developed, further developed along by a man named Malcolm Knowles in 1973. He published his book called The Adult Learner, A Neglected Species. And even though the ideas of andragogy had existed before Malcolm Knowles, he was really the one who spent a lot of time focusing and really taking this special study to help this special group of individual learners to the next level. Knowles believed that andragogy should focus on the process of learning rather than just focusing on delivering content to learners, as is done in pedagogy. And then Knowles had a theory that was related to 5 key assumptions. Those assumptions were self-concept, experience, readiness to learn, orientation to learning, and motivation. So these 5 assumptions from Knowles about adult learners. First, let's go over self-concept. So unlike children and young learners, adult learners are no longer dependent on someone else needing to direct them to the subjects that they should be focusing on. Instead, they're more self-directed individuals and learners. So experience, adult learners are not blank slates that come to a learning environment needing to be filled with information, but rather they come with rich experiences to draw from and share with their colleagues and peers. Readiness to learn. Adult learners are eager to study the subjects and materials that they are focusing on. They're doing this intentionally to be able to improve their own lives, and they're driven by a desire to want to learn new skills to achieve their goals. Orientation of learning relates to adult learners that don't want their time to be wasted, and they expect to be able to apply whatever they're learning immediately. Motivation. Adult learners are learning for a reason. They're driven by purpose and they have specific goals that they want to meet. So a rationale for why andragogical principles should be applied when creating and delivering professional development. Applying andragogical principles when developing and delivering professional development programs can enhance the value and increase the learning for adult professionals by making the experience more relevant for them. Professional development programs that enhance the andragogical principles will support the special needs of adult learners by actively engaging them in the learning process and allowing them to set their own goals that align with their specific learning needs. Adult learners do not want to waste their time, and they're more likely to positively receive professional development experiences when their prior knowledge and their own experiences are used to make connections to the information that's new. So some of the best practices for creating and delivering effective presentations for adult learners are to set clear goals. Be sure your teachers and staff are clear about how they are going to learn and how they're going to benefit from the professional development they're participating in. Explain how they will be impacted and how the training will better them or better serve their students. Adult learners need options. So try to give your adult learners as many options as possible. You try to give them a say in the work that they are going to be asked to participate in. Ask input from teachers. Ask them to give their feedback early and often during these professional development opportunities. Maintain a balance of information. Only about 1/3 of professional development time and sessions should be spent on new information. The rest of the time should be balanced between opportunities to reflect, work with their colleagues, to share ideas, role play, planning, and so forth. Now, we need to keep in mind and be aware of our own biases. So presenters and audience members can have a real impact on the effect of presentations if they're unaware of the cultural, ethnic, and gender biases that they have. So here's a quick overview of what that is and how presenters can work to eliminate these biases. So professional development presentations can be negatively affected if audience members' biases are left unchecked. When people are not aware of the natural unconscious biases that they have, they can unknowingly impact others negatively and possibly hurt the well-being of people that are in minority or marginalized groups. So to reduce and eliminate potential biases from a professional development presentation, leaders need to help their colleagues become more aware of their biases and improve their interactions and decrease a sense of unease that can accompany interracial and multi-ethnic discussions. A safer space can be fostered during professional development sessions when those present acknowledge, admit, and deal with the reality that all people are subject to the biases of some kind. Please refer to these references if you have any questions about the information that was in this presentation. And thank you so much for your time.